but he still stood with God. Then they sold him into slavery, but he still did what God asked him to do. And eventually he ends up in a pretty nice house, and then the woman after the house, Potiphar's wife, goes after him. And injustice, oh, you can't believe, because now she's being scorned by Joseph. Oh, I won't have anything to do with you. And so she lays blame on him like he's done something, and he ends up in prison. But he still doesn't forsake his value system, because he's got an end in mind of, I am serving God. And that's why God spent so many chapters talking about it, so he can get a life example of what's happening here. What a man Joseph was. I'll tell you what Paul was thinking. My guess is when he died, as he's described now, I fought the good fight. I finished the course. I've kept the faith. You see, he knew all the way through. After that decision of becoming a Christian, described in Acts chapter 9, he never looked back. And he talked about those people that look back just in a shape like, you're looking the wrong direction. We've got a goal in mind here. For me to live is Christ. And to die, that's the goal. I'm going to be with Christ. That's gain. And so Paul pens in 1 Corinthians 15:58 these words. Be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. There are all kinds of things we can be busy with. Always abounding in the work of the Lord. We know that labor in the Lord is not in vain. Everything else going down the tubes. We worry about stock markets if you've got investments or portfolios or retirements. Where it goes. It's going to mess up someday. This whole country is going to mess up someday, whether it's sooner or later. And I'm not basing on economical standings or one political party or another. It's the world. It's just part of the world. What does Isaiah describe? He brings the princes of this world. It's not going anywhere. Are you? Think about it. Write yourself a note. I'm going to sit down and decide this is my mission. And I'm going to have something in there. I tell you what I've got to do is I've got to go back and look at my mission and start editing and perfecting it and reminding myself, this is what I live for. This is what I'm about. And regardless of the things that happen, if I'm ingrained in doing that, then I know I'm doing right. Be proactive. And keep the end in mind. And we'll add some more things to it later. As we close the lesson out, are you right with God? Number one, are you a Christian? You've been baptized in Christ. Number two, you're living like it. And if the answer to either one of those is no, then you know where you're at as far as your relationship goes. Let's straighten that out today. Come forward while we stand.